like to get into the meat of it so people can say, oh my, oh, ooh, I feel it. I feel it.
Well, will you talk? This is a cool topic. Will you talk about first for people who don't know what embodiment means? Like, share a little bit about what it looks like to experience the embodiment shifts in embodiment in relationship to money.
Absolutely. So embodiment is it's in our bodies, and so the money nerve is the fact that it's physically in us. If I bounce my check or I get declined with my credit card, I physically feel like my concave, my body sinks, right? Shame comes in and I feel it. But on a positive, if I win a lottery ticket and I get $100, I'm so excited. Or I find $5 on the ground, my body, you feel the euphoric experience. And so we embody stuff around money, whether it's shame or joy. If you hold if you hold two pieces of currency in your hands with your eyes closed, they feel the same. But if you open it up and one's $1 and one's $100, whoa, do I love that one that's $100, right?
Yeah.
Because I made a decision that that's a more valuable piece of paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we embody all that. And when we do workshops, I do things like have people looking at a dollar bill, and I exchange people walk towards each other with a $1 bill and a $5 bill and a $100 bill. And it's amazing what comes up for people. And then when I take the $100 bill from this person and give them a $5, they're just so upset, right, that they ended up with the $5 bill. It's so amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So will you share one strategy or tip that you use to shift embodied energy around money? Shift embodied energy that's, let's say, negative around money, that's keeping people stuck.
So one of the things I do in a workshop is I love to take people into a quiet meditation, right? And money is beautiful and all these great things. And people are like, yeah, yeah. And then I'll just pause for a second and I'll say, do you deserve it?
Say it again. Do you what?
Do you deserve it?
You deserve it. Ooh.
And now some people will be like, yeah, yeah. But you'll see a lot of people go, like they'll jolt. And they don't realize that they've had an unconscious decision that they actually don't deserve it. And so they can go, I want to be rich. Not really. Like, I want to have all kinds of success. You don't deserve it. And I want to give to the world. You're incapable, right? And so that under voice is what I'm interested in. So what I want to do is I want to bring that under voice to consciousness, and then start working with ways to hiccup that pattern. So that if the story is I'm broke, I'm choosing to spend my money on other things than saving. I'm choosing to spend my money frivolously or whatever it might be, but to start to bring in a grain of truth to that story so we can then anchor it and move it into reality.
That's awesome. So powerful. I think about, I call them competing commitments, where it's unconscious, conscious battling against each other. Right. Exactly. Like you're saying, it's like, I don't know a person who wouldn't raise their hand and say, sure, I want to be financially free. Like every single person would say that, but then why aren't we all? It's those competing commitments. Exactly. Like you're saying, like the deserve piece is so big. Well, I'm curious your take, because you've gotten to work with so many different types of people. What causes us to not think we deserve money?
Well, a lot of this stuff happens as a kid. Either we were shamed as a kid for asking for something. Oh, you think money grows on trees? You think you can just have whatever you want it? Yeah. You're greedy. You're so selfish. You're greedy. I know when I was a kid, I was fascinated with money. And so it was sort of a joke. Oh, Bob, all he thinks about is money.
Yeah.
Well, I also bleed and I also have emotions, but that was what was put on me is, oh, you're just driven by money. And so that must mean you can't have a heart. You can't have compassion. You can't have empathy. Right. And so a lot of when I talk to people, I say, who wants to be rich? I do. We all want to be rich. What do you think of rich people? Rich people suck. Rich people are evil. Okay, great. And there's a laundry list of all the bad things about being rich. Well, I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm probably not the exception to the rule. So all rich people are evil, instead of there's a lot of amazing, wealthy people that do great work in the world, that pay it forward, that are compassionate, that are kind, that like want to be of value, be of service. And so I think when we can start to break down those stereotypes or those things we've put on it,
Mm-hmm.
then we can start to say, wow, does my story serve me? So if I take it back to accounting, cost benefit analysis, what's it costing me to stay in the story? What's the benefit? I get to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't get to be judged. I don't have to work too hard. But the cost, I'm giving up my soul, my passion. I'm giving up all these dreams that I have because it's more comfortable to just stay where I am.
Yeah, man. It is amazing, isn't it? Unconscious beliefs, how we can so powerfully want something and then be getting a completely different result because of those unconscious beliefs. And I love that you used the word story. And you said it earlier, and it's in your book, I'm sure, is breaking down money stories.
Mm-hmm.
And where did we get these beliefs? And are they serving me? Do I choose to keep running from this story? And, it's like, man, it's powerful driving forces. I love to work with people on money because it's one of those tangible ways to see people's unconscious belief systems.
Yeah.
Because it brings up the deserving piece, the abundance piece, the, am I worthy? Am I enough? Do I have what it takes? Am I allowing myself to even to enjoy the money? Because even, there's people who are mega wealthy who are stressed to hell and don't enjoy the money.
Right.
And so it's like having fun with money is my goal for people. And I know it's yours too. Yeah. Like playing with it, enjoying it, smiling about it, and seeing the energy of money shift so that you can choose however you want to live your lifestyle.
Absolutely. And I love all the fun stuff, but one piece I want to talk about that I think goes in conjunction with it is blame. Because and so one of the things when I work with people, we talk about it. My parents didn't teach me this. My sister or my brother got a better break than I did. They were treated better, right? So we can have all this blame.
Yeah.
The thing is, and I do this exercise where we just blame away. We blame everybody. The real question is, what do I get to avoid feeling by blaming other people, right? I don't have to feel my disappointment. I don't have to feel my sadness, whatever that is. I don't get, I don't have to feel any of that because it's their fault. You did this. And so I can feel good about knowing that it wasn't my fault.
Man, that's a good, powerful question. I said what to. Let's change that real quick. Sometimes typing and talking at the same time is challenging.
Yeah, you're doing it. It's amazing. I can't do it.
Okay, there we go. What do I get to avoid feeling by blaming other people?
Yeah.
To me, that is like the NFA radical responsibility question. So I always talk about NFA, no fucking around money, being about radical responsibility. And when you blame other people, you lose all your power. Yeah. And you're right. Like we go like, oh, I was born in the wrong body. I was born at the wrong time. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too this. I'm too that, and then a lot of it goes back to our parents, blaming our parents. And that's a powerful question. So everyone here, ask yourself that question. And especially if you're watching this now, put in the comments, like, what am I avoiding feeling by blaming other people? Am I blaming other people? Like, just be honest with yourself. This is the starting point of recognition to raise your conscious awareness so that you can start to choose a different financial reality and to start to step into empowerment. I'm so curious, when you ask people that, what do I get to avoid feeling by blaming other people? I bet there's some serious shifts. That's amazing workshop practice because that synergy that gets created in the workshop, people sharing that is very powerful.
Yeah. Sadness comes up.
I bet. Yeah.
It's like, it's palatable. It's just the grief.
Yeah.
For years of like, yeah. Oh my God, I'm going to have to take on some responsibility. I'm going to be accountable.
Yeah.
I don't but with the group, you like, hey, we got you. We can hold you. Like, you're actually going to get through this. It's intense. It's intense.
Yeah. Yeah. Radical responsibility is both, people see it as like the greatest gift because all of a sudden you have power and control of your reality. But then it's also like, oh my God, now they turn the blame on themselves at first. Where it's like, oh, wait, I'm responsible for my reality. It's so much easier to blame you for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and so for me, the piece there is, right, if I want to start to turn and blame myself on on all these things that I've done. No, let's get curious.
Yeah.
Let's get really curious. Wow, isn't that interesting? Wow, I'm really curious why I like to keep doing that. I'm really curious what I benefit from this, right? The cost benefit. And isn't that, I seem to love to do this pattern. As soon as I get this far, I take myself out. Wow, isn't that interesting? So if we can find things interesting and curious instead of, you're so stupid. No, wow, why do I do this?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like being a detective of yourself.
Yeah.
Self-discovery. So then you get to be empowered.
Yeah.
Consciously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do a lot of excavating. We do a lot of excavating.
So cool. I want to go to one of your workshops. It sounds fun. Okay.